We're now in the Parsha of Vayeishev, where we have a fascinating dramatic episode. The episode of Yosef and his brothers. And the Torah tells us that of Yaakov's 12 children, Yaakov loved Yosef the most. After all, he was the child of his favorite, beloved wife, Rachel. And that Yaakov transmitted to Yosef the knowledge that he had received from Avraham and Yitzchak, even more than to the other brothers. And then he made Yosef a coat of fine wool, a many-colored coat. And the brothers were jealous and furious. So jealous and furious that they plotted to kill Yosef. Now we know that all of the sons of Yaakov were great people. And the message here is that jealousy, envy, is so vicious a force that it can distort the minds and the thinking and the will of even the greatest people. The Talmud tells us that envy is something that can take a person out of his world. And by that it is meant that even though a person may have a set way of life, may have established himself as a wise and decent and honest person, a Torah scholar, that envy can take this all away from him and bring him down to the lowest level that man is capable of fratricide, of wanting to kill one's own brother. And of course what happened, as we know, is that rather than kill Yosef, they ended up sending him into slavery, which some people may say a fate worse than death. But the message that we must remember is that we are all susceptible to wanting more. And when we see that other people have more than we have, we may become envious. We may not be satisfied with our lot. And envy can cause us to do things that we would otherwise never do. And the message that the Torah teaches us here is to be on guard. Envy is a natural phenomenon. And because it is so likely to occur, and because there are so many inequalities, we must remember that envy is destructive. As we will see later on, in the end of Chumash Bereshis, Yaakov gathers his 12 sons and gives them all blessings. And there he is aware that every son is unique. And at that point, even though he still has great love for Yosef, he recognizes the uniqueness of every child. This is a lesson in parenting. Every child is unique. Don't compare one child to another. Don't show favoritism to one child simply because in some ways he suits you better. These are precious teachings. Avoid envy and be careful not to show favoritism among your children, but to consider each child precious and unique in his or her own way.